Yo, what is going on, y'all? It is your boy AT from AT's Barstool, and today we are back with another episode. We're on episode 10 of AT's Barstool. And if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. I'll really appreciate it. And not only that, you guys must be wondering, what are we going to be doing since basketball season's over? Well, we're going to be talking about other things such as March Madness and probably a little bit of other sports too in Delaware, such as like volleyball, maybe some lacrosse in there, maybe track, and we might do interviews and mic ups if they allow us. But with that being said, let's get into today's video. So yeah, today we are going to be starting off with volleyball. We're going to be starting off with Dickinson versus Brandywine. Dickinson ended up winning this game with a win of 3 sets. They won 3 sets to Brandywine's 2 sets. And in that game, Isaiah Armour led the way with 17 kills, 7 blocks, and 5 digs. Had a really incredible game after a decent first game against Concord, despite losing 3-1 against them. But he bounced back and had a really good game last night. And then we are going to be also going to be talking about Christian Montanez, the outside hitter for Dickinson, the junior outside hitter. Had 8 kills, 14 digs, and 1 assist. Had a really good game, and overall, he played some really good defense. Also had a lot of really good offensive plays where he was spiking the ball and upping the ball a lot. And also Ryan Gilger from Dickinson, another junior who is the setter for Dickinson. He had a solid game as he had 29 assists, including 7 aces and 2 kills. Yes, and he also had a total of 4 digs in the win against the Brandywine Bulldogs. And also Carter Geffey had 13 digs, including 1 assist, as the libero played really solid in that win and played a big role in the win last night. As Dickinson moves on to 1-1, and not only that, they played a really good game, in my honest opinion. They had a lot of blocks, especially from Isaiah, which we mentioned. And for Brandywine, they were spiking the ball really well, but the defense wasn't there. They barely blocked a couple of balls. But other than that, they played a solid game, and they really fought their way, too. In my honest opinion about Dickinson, too, Dickinson, they could have easily won this game 3-0, but they made it a little bit harder on themselves because they let Brandywine come back in every single set that I've watched. Brandywine was coming back in every single one, as the score was at least 15-5, or they'll be up by at least 10-8 points in the game or in the set, early in the set. Well, they will start off really well, go really hot, not making a lot of mistakes, and then they get too comfortable to where they end up letting Brandywine come back in this game, and Brandywine started making a lot of great plays, and not only that, Dickinson started making a lot of mistakes, not getting to the ball quickly. Honestly, it was a good game overall. Really stayed there until like 6, almost 7 p.m. probably. It was a good game. I did record both games. If you guys want to watch the 2 games, link will be in my bio. Actually, it will not even be in my bio. If you guys are here right now, you can actually watch it on my channel right now. I uploaded both of them today, this morning. Well, the varsity game this morning and the JV game last night. And yeah, I was going to record this video a little bit last night and then post it or whatever, or put it as a premiere. But yeah, I was too tired for that. Yeah, I was too tired. Not gonna hold you. But overall, though, Dickinson played a really good game. And in my honest opinion for Dickinson is that they are going to have a good season. And I highly think that this team can be really good, especially due to the fact they have 2 guys who are ranked inside the top 50 this year, as Isaiah Armour is ranked 22nd in the state of Delaware, and Christian Montanez is ranked 19th in the state, which both of their rankings are going to just go up from here. And not only that, they could definitely go all state. Don't be surprised if you see not 1 but 2 players from Dickinson, maybe even the 3rd one with Ryan Gilger, the way he played. You don't know, but they have a really good team, solid squad. I definitely have them going to the state tournament for volleyball. And other than that, they are currently 1-1, and they just got to win the rest of their games and win all the games that they're supposed to win. Their next game will be against the McCain Highlanders. Yes, it will be a rivalry game at McCain on Monday. I may come to that game. I don't know. That will be up to my peoples. And yeah, it was just a really good game overall. Brandywine, on the other hand, they are going to get their first loss of the season, going down to 2-1. And they also have some other really good hitters on that team. And they can also be a playoff team too. They just got to play really well the rest of the season. And other than that, both teams played well. And yeah, that's really it for the varsity or for the volleyball. So now the next thing we are going to be talking about, y'all, is the NCAA tournament, the March Madness bracket. This is my prediction. We are all the way down to the Elite Eight for the NCAA tournament. And the first matchup we are going to be talking about here is a game that's going to go on at 6:09 p.m. And that's going to be the Texas Tech Raiders versus the Florida Gators. That's going to be a really good game, 1 seed versus 3 seed. I highly think, in my opinion, that Texas Tech will win. And the reason being is that Texas Tech, they are a really good passing team. And why is that important to note? It's because due to the fact that they have a lot of guards who can pass the ball really well and dish it out to their bigs for easy layups and easy buckets. And honestly, Texas Tech, they have been on a roll. They have been one of the more, not surprising teams, but more of one of the better teams in this tournament. And their defense has been really good too, getting a lot of steals and also getting a lot of blocks as a team. They also average less turnovers than Florida. In Florida, they are more of a scoring offense where they shoot the three ball. They'll go ahead and drive to the rim, make layups, or go for a layup. But another thing they don't do well is passing the ball. And yes, they do average only one more assist than Texas Tech, but the turnover ratio is, I mean, it's barely, as Florida's close to 11 turnovers to Texas is 10, exactly 10. But I definitely see this Texas Tech team winning, and they have been on the roll this whole tournament, such as same thing with Florida. But Florida, they've barely been winning some games. And honestly, Texas Tech, they've been more of the surprising team, and I definitely think their run is not going to end. Also, another thing Florida does really bad is getting foul trouble. They average 17 fouls as a team to Texas Tech's 15, which Texas Tech, they do foul too, but they don't foul as much as Florida. And overall, Florida's defense has been really good, but I definitely smell an upset, honestly. And I feel like Florida is going to be the first 1 seed to be knocked out. And not only that, probably one of the few that's not going to really do well in coming this Elite Eight. Now, the next game that it will be coming in the East region is the Duke Blue Devils versus the Alabama Crimson Tide, the 1 versus 2 seed. Another 1 seed who has been doing really well. I've watched them play. The team led by Cooper Flagg and Tyrese Proctor. This team is going to be a really good team and definitely a team to look out for in this tournament. They definitely had a really good game last or 2 days ago. Last game they won where they took down number 4 Arizona in a final score of 100-93. And they also end up having Caleb Love sent home once again. And in that game, it was a solid game where Cooper Flagg put up 30 points, including a buzzer beater. He had a really good game. And also, Con Knipple, he had 20 points, shooting 5 for 7 and 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. He had a really good game. Also, in that game, they just played a really solid game where, on the other hand, Arizona didn't play a good game. And it was definitely not a good game for Arizona on the defensive side because they gave up 100. Not only that, Caleb Love did put up 35 points in his final game of college basketball where he had 35 points and shot 11 for 21 from the field and 5 for 11 from 3, only having 4 rebounds and 1 assist. And he only missed 1 free throw due to that and also had 3 defensive rebounds on the other hand. On the other hand, though, his team did not really help him out much outside from Bradley, who shot 6 for 10 and also 1 for 2 from 3. He had 15 points and 5 assists, where he also was 2 for 2 from the free throw line in that game. And I honestly think that for Duke, they are a really good squad. They have a lot of really good players, and they just been on a straight roll recently. So don't be surprised if Duke wins this game. And also the last 2 games before they played Arizona, they were both blowouts against number 16 Mount St. Mary's. They're not all that good. It was a final score of 93-49. And also they beat Baylor 89-66, sending Rob Wright and VJ in that Baylor team home. Tyrese Proctor, he had a really good game. He shot 6 for 7 from 3, where he put up 20 points and just had an amazing game. Not 20, but he had 26, I think it was, to be exact. But he had a really good game from the 3 point line. And yeah, and for Alabama, they played really well. Another thing I want y'all to know is don't be surprised if Duke beats Alabama. Their defense has been really well all tournament. Duke put up 93 points to St. Mary's 49. They're not really the best team. And then Duke took down Baylor 89-66, where Tyrese Proctor had 26 points, shooting 6 for 7 from the 3 point line. And Duke took down a really good Arizona team with Caleb Love. I definitely think Duke is going to win, but also Alabama could possibly win this game and take over the East, where Alabama, the last 3 games, they have been really well. Well, the Robert Morris game was a little bit questionable, beating them 90-81, only beating them by 9 points against a 15 seed. That is a little bit questionable. And also St. Mary's, they took down 66-80, which they are good, but they're not no Alabama. They're not no Houston or Duke or nothing like that. So yeah. Then they played BYU and set the record for most threes in a game during the March Madness, where they put up 25 threes as a team. And Sears had a really good game where he put up 34 points and just had an amazing, and I mean an amazing game against BYU. And on the other hand, they played some solid defense because they only held BYU to 88 while Alabama scored 113. But they definitely have one of the best offenses in the country. So this game between Duke and Alabama, this can go either way. But I got Duke winning and Cooper Flag leading the way. And yeah, I just got Duke winning. And this game will be Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if y'all want to watch it, go ahead and watch it on CBS or whatever website y'all use. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel too. And the next game we are going to be talking about here is the Auburn Tigers versus the Michigan State Spartans, the 1 seed versus 2 seed. This is down in the West Regional, if I'm not mistaken. And in this game, or this game coming up on Sunday at 5 p.m., I got Auburn winning this game. Honestly, Auburn's been on a tear. They have Tahad Pettiford, and they also have Broome, who's been a really good big man and has been one of the best players in the country. And for Michigan State, they have Jace, and he's been really good too. And for this Auburn squad, Auburn has shot the ball really well from the field and from 3. Well, not really well from 3, as they've shot a lot better than Michigan State has done. And both teams kind of been low-lifed or whatever when it comes down to 3-point shooting. And overall, they just been a pretty solid team. As a unit, both teams defensively, offensively. And I definitely think the one thing that is apart from Auburn winning this game is the fact that they play defense. Yes, they preach defense over there. They average about 7 steals as a team and 6 blocks as a team, compared to Michigan State's 5.5 steals and 4.5 blocks. Despite Michigan State having them in the rebounding column by like 3 more rebounds, and also in the assist column by only 0.3, I still think this team is going to play really well, and I don't think Michigan State is going to really score that much. In my opinion, if you guys ask me what you think about what's going to be the score, whatever, or what do you think the score is going to be, I would just say probably Auburn with a final score like 86-89. It's going to be a good game, but Auburn plays some really good defense, though, to get to this point in time right now. And they have some really good scorers that can score the ball. So I say Auburn wins this game 86-89 in my honest opinion. And I don't really got much to say about that one. So on to the next. At last but not least, the last game I'm going to be doing, I should have did this as the third to last and then did Auburn versus Michigan State last, is the number 1 Houston Cougars versus the number 2 Tennessee Vols. And I honestly think an SEC versus Big 12 battle, that's a really good one. But in my honest opinion on this game, I got Houston winning. And if there's anything that I've seen from Houston is they have great defense and they have some great leadership. Yes, this team has some great leadership and just a good overall team. This team is led by LJ Cryer and Javon Roberts and so on. This team has been really good all season. Watch them play. They can shoot the 3 ball pretty well. Well, not pretty well, but they can shoot the 3 ball pretty decently in games. But they're more of but I definitely think that they're more of a defensive team. They're a team that can stop Tennessee on defense, in the perimeter, the interior, and they get a lot of rebounds on top of that. They also, the assist column is maybe like, well, the assist ratio is pretty low compared to Tennessee's, but I definitely do think that Houston can play their game and just run the table on Tennessee, as they allow 58 points per game. That's really good, especially as you're a one seed. That they probably have one of the best defenses in the country, and they also average 8 steals to Tennessee's 6.9, and they averages 4.7 blocks to Tennessee's 5, which, yes, Tennessee has a little bit more. And also another thing is Tennessee turns over the ball a lot as a team. They turn over the ball 10 times to Houston's 9.5. Honestly, yeah, that's not that far of a ratio, but I definitely don't see Tennessee winning this game. And if they're really turning the ball like that per game, just imagine what's going to happen when they play against Houston, a team that's really good, if not the best defensive team in the country. I highly see this Houston team playing great defense, and I highly see Houston just completely obliterating them, probably holding them to only 60 points. And I honestly think this game is probably going to be a blowout, which, in my opinion, the score is going to be 60-87. That's my opinion on Houston versus Tennessee. And yeah, I definitely see this Houston team going on to the Final Four. Now, my Final Four prediction, if you guys are wondering, well, you guys already know by now. Number one, Auburn. Number three, Texas Tech. And number one, Houston versus number one, Duke. Houston, let's start off with the Auburn versus Texas Tech one. I feel like that's more of the boring one, mainly because Texas Tech. I mean, Auburn, people like Auburn, but Texas Tech is not really an entertaining team. But they have been pretty well, though. And the thing with Auburn is their team is good compared to Texas Tech. I don't think Texas Tech has the talent to beat Auburn. And I think they have the defense? Yes. Do I think they're going to out rebound them? Maybe, yeah. Auburn's not really that much of a rebounding team outside from Broome. But Auburn has a lot of good scores. They have a lot of 10 point a lot of 10 point per game scores. And not only that, they play some solid defense, and it's going to be solid enough to beat Texas Tech. So I definitely say Auburn goes to the national championship, and Auburn beats Texas Tech with a 69-81 win in the Final Four. That's not happening yet, but it is going to happen soon. So yeah, that is my prediction for Auburn versus Texas Tech. And the next game in the Final Four, Duke versus Houston. I definitely think everybody got both teams in it. If not, then I don't know who else you got. They probably got Tennessee if it's not Houston in the Final Four. I mean, that's either one or the other now, because Tennessee is in the Elite Eight now, and they'll be playing tomorrow at 2:20. But Houston versus Duke, I definitely see this game going to be good. I know this game's going to be good. If there's one thing that we know about Houston, they got the leadership. They got the defense. They got the intensity. They get rebounds. They do all that stuff. They score the ball when they need to. I'm telling you, the team's led by L.J. Cryer, Javar Roberts. They have Izon. They have some good players. Even though they barely beat Purdue last night, I definitely see this team winning. And this Houston team, especially with the coaching that they have and the way they're coached to play, I definitely see Houston winning this game against Duke. And I know Duke has a lot of great talent, but do they have experience? Do they have the intensity? Do they have the defense? Yes, Duke has 3-point shooting. Yes, they can score the ball at will. They can make free throws. They're going to get you in foul trouble. Yes, they can play some defense too. The real question is, it comes down to the turnover ratio. Who is going to be turning the ball over more, Duke or Houston? Who's going to miss the most shots, Duke or Houston? Who is going to be playing better defense throughout the two halves, the two 20-minute halves, which that'll be like, what, 40 minutes? Who will do all that stuff? That is really going to come down to that. And I highly think that Cooper Flagg and Tyrese Proctor, they going to do their thing. Con Knipple, he's going to do his thing. And for Houston, I definitely see Cryer and all them doing their thing. That's going to be a really good matchup. And honestly, I think it's going to come down to defense. So I think it's going to be a defensive matchup. Houston wins this game 61-65. Honestly. So now, let's talk about the national championship. Auburn versus Houston. Auburn, they have been really well. Yes, their defense has been pretty solid throughout the year. Their rebounding, kind of questionable compared to Houston. Houston, on the other hand, defense, intensity, rebounding, experience. There is one thing about Houston that Auburn has: experience. I mean, Auburn, they have experience too. They can shoot the ball. They can score the ball just like Duke. They can play defense too. I feel like they could play a little bit better defense than Duke. This game's going to be good. I got Houston winning 87-81. Houston, I have them as my national champions. I said it before in the last episode. Houston can play defense. Houston got leadership. This got to be Houston's year. And I'm 100% confident that Houston will win it all. And if they don't, then I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say, pretty much. But with that being said, thank you guys for enjoying this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow my IG page. Link will be in the bio. And with that being said, thank you guys for enjoying this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. And don't forget, we are going for 50 subscribers by the end of this month. Actually, not by the end of this month. By the end of next month. My bad. By the end of April. Because this month, well, we don't know what's going to happen. But with that being said, thank you guys for enjoying. Don't forget to tell your people about the YouTube channel. And don't forget to tell your people to subscribe and tell everybody to subscribe to the channel. And I'll really appreciate it. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.